Hey, HHN special report. We're back again. Who is it? Nigga Hurricane Hood News every views bringing you in the house again. There's the pack man. Ladies and gentlemen, front, left, right. We back again. Who is it? Nigga Hurricane Hood News every views bringing you in the house again. Yeah, we're going back again, we going back again, we going back again. For the very first time. The really if I write checks, I write rhymes. Yep. Da, da, da. We going back to the HHN special report.
Yeah. Murderers, liars, thieves, run the world. Powers that be, they run the world. Tell me why they run the world. Murderers, liars, thieves, run the world. Powers that be, they run the world. Lord, tell me why they run the world. Murderers, liars, thieves, run the world. Powers that be, they run the world. Tell me why they run the world. Murderers, liars, thieves, run the world. Powers that be, they run the world. Lord, tell me why they run the world. Tired of the praying, tired of the meditate, tired of you false prophets taken from the congregation, tired of United Nations, Consular Foreign Relations, controlling my population. Propaganda been here for ages. Evil reptilians, calling black people simians. Bitch, I'm an native Indian. Cherokee with the businesses. I don't think you're feeling this. Middle finger up to your government. The president's a motherfucking puppet, bitch. Tell lies to the motherfucking public. Democrats, Republicans, Supreme Court, summon dick. EPA, FDA, FCC on that sucker shit. Control the shit on TV. The radio is the same too. Everybody is fake, dude. They don't wanna hear the damn truth. That murderers, liars, thieves, run the world. Powers that be, they run the world. Tell me why they run the world. Murderers, liars, thieves, run the world. Powers that be, they run the world. Lord, tell me why they run the world. Murderers, liars, thieves, run the world. Powers that be, they run the world. Tell me why they run the world. Murderers, liars, thieves, run the world. Powers that be, they run the world. Lord, tell me why they run the world. Freedom is a state of mind. Take your time and redefine your peace of mind would be sublime, but it gotta be here, fuck afterlife. They keep us in fear every day and night. Cops killing brothers every day and night. So I gotta live every day and night. Watching my back with this green and white. CIA, NSA, watching us every day. Social media, internet, record every word you fucking say. We're categorized in a long list. Label us terrorists. Most of y'all ain't aware of this, so you gotta prepare for this. Government shut down. Who gon' get them bucks now? Same evil bloodlines. The Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, control the war on both sides. We gon' wake up and realize these are the end times. Let's destroy their enterprise. Murderers, liars, thieves, run the world. Powers that be, they run the world. Tell me why they run the world. Murderers, liars, thieves, run the world. Powers that be, they run the world. Lord, tell me why they run the world. Murderers, liars, thieves, run the world. Powers that be, they run the world. Tell me why they run the world. Murderers, liars, thieves, run the world. Powers that be, they run the world. Lord, tell me why they run the world.
Ain't nobody rapping like me. HHN special report. Revolutionary lyrics. Shouts out to everybody. Fuck all the haters. Ain't nobody covering the news. I got covered the news either. Ain't nobody motherfucker stepping up to the government the way I'm stepping up to these motherfuckers. Hey! Well, shouts out to everybody that is stepping up against the government. Shouts out to everybody. Niggas, fuck the government. Fuck the parliament. Fuck the elite.
I'm for my God status, bitch. Middle finger to the feds and the government. Prime ministers, yeah, y'all can get it too. Dictators toss the motherfuckers off the roof, Bolay. And the rest you Illuminati bitches. Fuck the rap game, bitch, I'm staying in the kitchen. Listen, hope you niggas I can pay attention. The How is that be control? How you fucking living? Fuck the shit. They don't got no comprehension. They rather be a fucking slave to the opposition. You won't have a fucking home or a pot to pissing. You just a guinea pig with all this experimenting. Eugenics sounds so scientific. Look it up, bet you find out it's not terrific. My lyrics turn into hieroglyphics when I spit it. Summon up a bunch of spirits. I shade, calling up my ancestors, killing all enemies for their transgressions, taking out facilities with some mad weapons. RPG, digging dog wing, half stepping, killing eugenics. Killing eugenics. Fuck you motherfucking government experiment bitches. You'll be killing eugenics. You killing eugenics. I'm not your motherfucking government experiment bitches. You killing eugenics. You killing eugenics. I'm not your motherfucking government experiment bitches. You'll be killing eugenics. You killing eugenics. I'm not your motherfucking government experiment. With the government, I'm here to change the game, rearrange the game. Disappear like David Blaine, I hate your lames. Come through with razor blades. To the government, ain't getting sprayed with K's. I spray for days. Going to war, machete for swords. Kicking the door, get on the floor. Bitch, nigga, really drilling, fulfilling, killing these little villains. Throw them off of a building, now I'm a villain. Give me the billions. These bitches is dark witches and warlocks. Reptilians, the grades can get popped. I'm dominating the game, making the shit hot. I'm dominating the world, making the shit rock. Killing eugenics, killing eugenics. Fuck the motherfucking government experiment bitches. They'll be killing eugenics, they'll be killing eugenics. I'm not your motherfucking government experiment bitches. They'll be killing eugenics, killing eugenics. I'm not your motherfucking government experiment bitches. They'll be killing eugenics, killing eugenics. I'm not your motherfucking government experiment, bitch.
Trying to get dark on.
Domain expansion.
Domain expansion.
Welcome to the abyss. The unstoppable one. I am the illest, no doubt. Sporadic, eternal fire. There is no putting me out. I'm sending fiery rain, destroying cities and towns. The government never changed, so I'm taking them out. The FBI is a bitch, the CIA is a bitch, the NSA is a bitch. I know they watching this shit. We fuck around and get hit. My rebels fully equipped to take the enemy down and ride out in the whip. And counting all of the chips. We about to go on the flight. World leaders get hit. Assassination delight. We fly out through the night like Batman in this bitch. Outlandish with kicks, punches, and damage and shit. I call my gun Michael Knight. That bitch come with a kit. AI robotic weapons. That bitch be talking your shit. Explosive hollows exist and turn your body to mist. The god of fire is here. Now welcome to the abyss.
Going around taking off your face. Doing cops like JFK, not Jigsaw. I ain't playing no games. My chainsaw, I take your brain. I see change, we changing those lanes. RPG, blow up every damn thing. Everything gonna turn into flame. Revolutionary, I don't play no games. I'm the god of the storm and flame. Y'all better ask about hurricane. Ancient times, ancient rhymes. It'll talk shit, but ain't shit flying. Y'all just down when I come to the door. It is to the face with the Chrome 4-4. Blood sucker blood, y'all about to get smoked. The motherfucker know. The trigger. Don't burst in. Don't burst in. Pull the trigger. Don't burst in. Don't burst in. Pull the trigger. Fuck around and get hurt. Fuck that. Fuck around and get hurt. What's that blood over my shirt? There's a damn thing I put in that dirt. Going around, putting in work. It's gonna be where the revolution gon' work. When the gun blast dead in front of your church. When I go back home smoking that perk. Time to ride. Got another new mission on the side. 1979 will blow your mind. Buddy Park says when it gonna be all defined. I am divine when I spit the rhyme. I am divine when I use the nine. I am divine with the power spine. The least is gonna die tonight. Trigger. Burst in, we gon' burst in, pull the trigger.
Now Road One Production.
HHN Special Report, what's good?
What's the flow? Fuck it though. You still give a fuck before. I don't give a fuck no more. Time for me to cuss some more. What's the flow? Fuck it though. You still give a fuck before. I don't give a fuck no more. Time for me to cuss some more. What's the flow? Fuck it though. You still give a fuck before. I don't give a fuck no more. Time for me to cuss some more. What's the flow? Fuck it though. You still give a fuck before. I don't give a fuck no more. Time for me to cuss some more. Hold to the night, yeah, to the light. Put the gun up and send to the light. Revolutionary, ready to the sight. I'm a shark with a bigger bite. Smoking on the weed, you can put a light. Fuck these fans, you can get a snipe. Get to the milk, that's what I like. See, kill a nigga, and I hit it right. This for the streets, pull out the heat. For the police, pull up the sleep. 6 feet deep, eyes gon' beat. Y'all should've never had fuck with me. Focus, killer, killer than dead. It's cold as beats. Making you feel it, bitch of the edge. Just witness the real, this more than relentless. Bitch, I'm fearless. What's the flow? Fuck the flow. Used to give a fuck before. I don't give a fuck no more. Time for me to cuss some more. What's the flow? Fuck it though. Used to give a fuck before. I don't give a fuck no more. Time for me to cuss some more. What's the flow? Fuck it though. Used to give a fuck before. I don't give a fuck no more. Time for me to cuss some more. What's the flow? Fuck it though. Used to give a fuck before. I don't give a fuck no more. Time for me to cuss some more. Fuck this shit, let's run this bitch. Never miss, they always ran. This is for the indigenous. Grab their weapons and kill some shit. This gon' be the realest shit. This ain't really gon' fuck with this. Yeah, it's gonna be some shit. Going against the government. Take back the mind, take back the land. Who's the man coming with a plan? It's the man, gun in the hand. CIA is the Taliban. If you don't know where the thing began, put a single agent in every land. Fuck the government, single plan. Bitch. What's the flow? Fuck it though. Used to give a fuck before. I don't give a fuck no more. Time for me to cut some more. What's the flow? Fuck it though. Used to give a fuck before. I don't give a fuck no more. Time for me to cut some more. What's the flow? Fuck it though. Used to give a fuck before. I don't give a fuck no more. Time for me to cut some more. What's the flow? Fuck it though. Used to give a fuck before. I don't give a fuck no more. Time for me to cut some more.
Hey. Salute everybody. What's good?
Motherfucking power side, get to a line by corner of my mind. And my soul gotta keep it divine. When I arrive, I'll be taking singing your line. But show you government officials gonna be dying tonight. Die go behind enemy lines. Rip it up for my kind, put the motherfucker sword in your spine. Like a lyrical samurai, packing a satellite. If you see me, bitch, I don't need an alibi. Bitch, I'm a hurricane, bringing the storm in the rain, bitch. Bringing on the wind and I'm changing the game quick. Revolutionary and bringing the pain, bitch. Shoot you in the head, I'm leaving your brainless. Going on a mission, I'm knowing it's dangerous. Hang your ass on the fire, be chain, bitch. Most of you haters be talking the same shit. Spit it, rapid fire, you doing, I don't miss. Lyrical madness, see the blade in the packet. Full-time candy, put it straight in the jacket. Lyrical madness, see you running in panic. Look at my actions for some beautiful reactions. Lyrical madness, see the blade in the packet. Full-time candy, put it straight up the jacket. Lyrical madness, see you running in panic. Look at my actions for some beautiful reactions. Lyrical madness, see the blade in the packet. Full-time candy, put it straight up the jacket. Lyrical madness, see you running in panic. Look at my actions for some beautiful reactions. Lyrical madness, see the blade in the packet. Full-time candy, put it straight up the jacket. Lyrical madness, see you running in panic. Look at my actions for some beautiful reactions. Who is the killer that's doing it bigger? You better get your nigga for my killer, but send him like hell, nigga. Fucking with the storm, that's why you fail, nigga. Breaking your bones because you frail, nigga. You better keep the enemy, never be scared, nigga. Stay strapped up or stay prepared, nigga. Worse than 9/11, I keep remember who you checking. I'ma have to shoot you in your head, nigga. Realest to realest that never spit it. I'm the greatest admitted. Y'all niggas scared of admitted. And I'm the realest that never did it. Murder minute. I'm living, killing the minute. I threw the fucking bitch. I'm a minute. Killing the motherfucking government. Y'all the middle finger to the law. Plant a bomb and I'm killing them all. Yeah, I'm hitting them all. Hell yeah, it gets bigger of a saw. I'm feeling cow, gonna be killing them all. Lyrical madness, see the blade in the packet. Full-time candy, put it straight up the jacket. Lyrical madness, see you run in the panic. Look at my actions, cause some beautiful reactions. Lyrical madness, see the blade in the packet. Full-time candy, put it straight up the jacket. Lyrical madness, see you run in the panic. Look at my actions, cause some beautiful reactions. Lyrical madness, see the blade in the packet. Full-time candy, put it straight up the jacket. Lyrical madness, see you run in the panic. Look at my actions, cause some beautiful reactions. Lyrical madness, see the blade in the packet. Full-time candy, put it straight up the jacket. Look at my madness, see you run in the panic. Look at my actions, cause some beautiful reactions. Lyrical madness, see the blade in the packet. Full-time candy, put it straight up the jacket. Lyrical madness, see you run in the panic. Look at my actions, cause some beautiful reactions. Lyrical madness, see the blade in the packet. Full-time candy, put it straight up the jacket. Lyrical madness, see you run in the panic. Look at my actions, cause some beautiful reactions.
How you feeling, Vonta? What's good? You already know what it is. Bring out that BBU Watcher band. Shout out to my UK correspondent. We're going to the UK today. It's a lot of shit going on over there in the UK today, Vonta.
Road 1 production.
She's a keeper. Baby girl, you's a keeper. I think I'm a keeper. Let this bang through your speakers. Down the wet, down the flat, fucking know the best, you're the best. Time to pass the test, legs around my neck, find the sex to relieve the stress. Baby, you the best, nothing less. Take off your clothes, let me see your breast. Let me kiss the lips, both the lips. Make you shiver quick, down the leg, shake it, baby, cause you coming on this dick. You're my inspiration, baby, so let's make another flick. Let this bang through your speakers, cause it's another hit. Choose a keeper. Baby girl, you's a keeper. I think I'm a keeper. Let this bang through your speakers. Shoot the shit, she got gas that make your body flip. In the whip, you keep folded out the pop a bunch of licks. At the crib, turn the music up, she hopping on the dick. Kama Sutra shit, do the splits. I know what to do with this, beat it up. Hurricane to rearrange your blood. Give a fuck, do you like it slow or do you like it rough? Do you both, going fast and slow? Fuck it on the boat, let me know what you wanna smoke. Girl, it's time to flow, she's a keeper. Baby girl, she's a keeper. I think I'm a keeper. Let this bang through your speakers. She's a keeper. Baby girl, you's a keeper. I think I'm a keeper. Let this bang through your speakers. She's a keeper. Yeah, she's a keeper.
Hey. Shouts out. How y'all feeling out there? How y'all feeling? We feeling good. Let's play this new shit. How y'all feeling on this Friday? She do that VA.
Noem Rogue One Production.
Smoking weed, feeling good. CB mobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good. Smoking weed, feeling good. CB mobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good. Smoking weed, feeling good. CB mobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good. Smoking weed, feeling good. CB mobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good. Smoking on this fucking lean. Smoking on the green, looking clean, riding through the scene, feeling like a king. I'm a bean with the bad bitch. I can get between, make a spleen, bosses on my dick, like a trampoline. Hit the scene, sell it to the fiends, gotta make the green. I'm a hustler, and I got some $1 billion dreams. It's a scene with the Cali chick, chillin' on the beach, cracker cheeks, every fucking week. That's my cup of tea. I'm a G till I D.I.E. Show you I'm a beast, haters weak, you will cease to be. If you fuck with me, got the keys, overseas. Feed up with my queen, she's a body goddess. Yeah, you fucking know what I mean. Paper scenes all up in the throat. While I'm smoking weed, I believe I'm the only one that you gonna need. Feeling clean, baby, yes indeed. Got me feeling free. Baby, rolling up the street. Baby, come and roll with me. Smoking weed, feeling good. See me bobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good. Smoking weed, feeling good. See me bobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good. Smoking weed, feeling good. See me mobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good. Smoking weed, feeling good. See me mobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good. What's the flow? Fuck it though. Used to give a fuck before. I don't give a fuck no more. Time for me to smoke some more. Walking with the baddest hoe. You know how it fucking go. Stunting on them fucking hoes. Baby girl, I love control. Now we getting on the boat. Everybody on the floor. Drinking liquor, smoking dope. Girls trucking on the floor. Rolling up another one. Lean in my double cup. Club banging number one. Roll up another blunt. We feeling good. See me mobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good. Smoking weed, feeling good. See me mobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good.
Yeah. Time to go to the UK. Which one is it? It gotta be this one. Is it this one? Wait a minute.
About brain chips or brain scans.
Nope. That was the brain chips or the brain scans. It's this one. It gotta be. Those that motherfucker die.
Attending a protest planned tomorrow outside Parliament.
5 columns encircled Parliament. 234 streets paralysed. Over 1,800 tractors stormed London. And in just 14 minutes, the capital was placed under total siege.
Tractors. They pulled up in tractors and stormed London. For the police that got the wire gear and the shields, that shit only work against bricks and rocks and bottles. That shit can't go up against a goddamn tractor. They pulled up in tractors. Talking about a protest.
This is not a union negotiation. This is war between the farmers and the government. At 8:30 a.m., the highways into London were severed. At 8:54, the tractors breached Westminster.
Run them over.
At 9:15, the tanks were on the streets.
Take the tank. Take tanks.
Witnesses reported over a dozen tanks aligned with these protesters. Suddenly, reports broke of a tank crushing a police van. Police refused to confirm this.
A tank crushed a police van. A tank crushed a police van. The tanks are aligned with the tracks. What? This is going on in the UK, y'all. The revolution. Viva la revolution. But yeah, we over here in the States scared like a bitch. Look what the UK doing. They pulled up in tractors. Tractor trailer go. Tractor trailer go right down 85.
Farmers didn't care. This was the beginning of the end. By 9:30 sharp, tractors began sealing off every entry and exit to the government quarter.
Yes.
Keir Starmer declared that anyone participating in the siege would face prison time.
Starmer's
But the
a
protesters
wanker.
had nothing left to lose. When you demand £400,000 from farmers earning barely $30,000 just to keep their land,
Right.
you don't just crush a business, you surrender the nation's food security to balance a broken ledger. And after it, you're stripping assets from the people who feed the nation to fund benefits for new arrivals, effectively buying the next election win with the wreckage of British farming. By lunch, analysts estimated the damage at £82 million.
Yeah.
Keir Starmer and Rachel Reeves see farmers as millionaires. Yes, their land is valuable, but in reality, they earn pennies.
Right.
While the main London's highways remain blocked by tractors, the unthinkable becomes possible. Food reserves in the capital's supermarkets will last 2 to 3 days at most. Warehouses never planned for a city besieged by thousands of tractors. While Starmer remains silent, police platoons are fighting to stop tractors from driving straight into the Parliament session. Waves across the country took to the streets demanding Starmer's resignation and holding signs that read, "No farmers, no food." By evening, the government's worst nightmare materialised. Thousands of those the media branded as far-right groups flooded onto the streets. Merged with the tractors and the tanks, it became a nuclear mix. Tonight isn't about a budget dispute. It's about who actually feeds this island and who holds the power to starve it. The columns that breached the M25 highway were not urban activists, and they were not weekend protesters. Many had driven hundreds of miles from the regions, forcing their heavy machinery through police lines that Starmer foolishly thought would hold. A TikTok clip reached 7.3 million views. It showed a police van trying to block tractors' convoy and faced the immediate consequences 8 seconds later. The video was removed in 2 hours, labelled as a violence violation. Waves of protesters didn't come to lobby, they came to siege. A strategy that traces back to a rural population pushed into a corner by a tax policy designed to erase their existence. These weren't traffic jams. They were calculated strangleholds, logistical choke points to see how long the capital can survive without a supply chain, before the government breaks. And tonight, Westminster learned something terrifying. Concrete barriers failed. Armoured vans were pushed aside, and Starmer's administration watched in paralysis. Officers on the ground weren't unwilling to stop them. They were simply outmatched by 10-ton machines that do not feel the bite of a baton. In South London, a radio message reported, "Sector 15 is lost, we just can't stop them," requesting immediate deployment of military equipment. Protesters on the ground began firing fireworks directly at police shields. 123 arrests were made. In Belfast, 2 police vans were set on fire. Rumours of a possible declaration of martial law began to spread. Starmer is expected to make a statement in the morning. In central London, a police negotiation unit was deployed. But 200 metres away, reports came in of 7 hospitalised officers. Everything was called off. The demands from the tractors are absolute. Total repeal of so-called agricultural property relief, changes or the blockade remains. Starmer's cabinet looks at a spreadsheet and sees a £3 million asset that should be taxed. The farmer looks at that same land and sees a workplace that generates less than £30,000 in annual profit. The new 20% levy on assets over £1 million is not a tax on wealth. It is a tax on existence. Children are facing an immediate bill of £500,000 the moment a parent passes away. There is no cash reserve to pay this. The only option is to sell the fields, destroying the business and ending centuries of tradition. Next to Parliament, farmers denounce Starmer as a city accountant who understands nothing about British agriculture. Labour promised protection, but they have delivered a death sentence to the smallholder. Farmers are furious that their assets are being raided to plug budget holes caused by soaring welfare costs and asylum accommodation. They see their life's work being liquidated to pay for a state that despises them. This isn't about protecting tax havens for the elite. It is about saving the men who get up at 4 a.m. to feed the nation. Rachel Reeves calls it closing a loophole. The protesters call it state-sanctioned theft. Every tractor parked on Whitehall represents a business that will not survive April 2026 if this law stands. They are not asking for subsidies. They are demanding the right to pass their livelihood to their children without the state taking a fatal cut. The message is clear. Kill the tax, or we kill the entire country's agriculture. Britain isn't just losing its food security, it's actively destroying it. Keir Starmer built his economic plan on one delusion, that he could raid the countryside to balance the books without consequences. Tonight proved how fatal that calculation was. When the state declares war on its own producers, it doesn't get revenue, it gets famine. The tractors choking tonight's capital came from farms Starmer refuses to understand. The defiance echoing through Whitehall grew under tax burdens Rachel Reeves refuses to lift. And the paralysis of the supply chain is the direct result of a chancellor who refuses to listen. Britain isn't being governed. Britain is being liquidated until it starves. For weeks, agricultural unions quietly raised the same desperate warning. These blockades are not political stunts. They are survival mechanisms. Footage from the M25 revealed the sheer scale of the mobilization unfolding like a military operation. The same heavy machinery used to harvest wheat now used to barricade exits. The same disciplined columns of truckers from Manchester joining the siege. And the same terrifying sight of vintage tanks rolling alongside tractors, leaving police utterly outmatched. These are not lobby groups. These are coordinated, desperate producers, drawing a line in the mud against a policy that wipes them out. And the government knew the math. They have the land values, they have the profit margins. They know a £3 million farm generates less than $30,000 a year. But under Keir Starmer, every one of those facts gets filed under the same label, taxable wealth. Britain used to tax based on profit. Now it taxes based on envy. That is how we reached this absurd reality. A radical activist blocking a road for climate ideology, offered tea, de-escalated, protected. A counter-protester at the Bell Hotel, handled with community sensitivity. But a British farmer driving a tractor to save his family's legacy, met with armoured vans, threatened with mass arrests, and treated as a domestic threat. The countryside sees this double standard. The working class feels this betrayal. And tonight, the supply chain snapped under it. Because when a nation realises the government cares more about grabbing cash than ensuring there is bread on the shelves, order evaporates faster than the food reserves. Tonight wasn't just a gridlock, it was a standoff. Several officers speaking anonymously revealed the panic inside the command room. How do we stop tanks? There is no protocol. They didn't lack manpower. They lacked the physics to move 10 tons of steel. Permission to clear the road means nothing when the road is walled off by heavy industry. When the government fears the people who feed them. When ministers hide because their policies have triggered a logistical collapse. A country stops being functional. It starts being besieged. And Britain tonight is being besieged. Slowly, methodically, completely. Keir Starmer built his budget on one message. Those with the broadest shoulders should pay. But that message has turned into something else. We will strip the assets of the working farmer to pay for the failures of the state. Every decision Starmer makes on this tax is filtered through one arrogance, that the farmers will just accept bankruptcy. Not understanding that when you take everything from a man, he has nothing left to lose but his chains. Suddenly, something alarming happened. Truck drivers threatened to repeat the fuel crisis of 2000 year. If this happens under Starmer, it could be the final nail in the coffin. Columns of trucks were seen heading toward London. These may not be empty threats. Farmers and truckers have a long-standing alliance. If the tractors continue blocking the government district and the truckers drain petrol stations across the country, it could trigger an immediate collapse of the economy. In 3 hours, masked groups began targeting police units that had been deployed to contain the unrest. They moved separately from the farmers and operated with their own agenda. Officers reported sudden waves of attacks coming from side streets. Patrol vans were struck by rocks and shattered glass. Several riot lines were forced to reposition under heavy pressure. Protesters in dark clothing surrounded police teams with no warning. They ignored the agricultural dispute entirely. Their focus was the border issue. They marched toward hotels previously used for migrant accommodation. The crowds demanded an immediate shutdown of all boat arrivals. Stop the boats echoed through the alleys as police attempted to hold their perimeter. A second wave of masked demonstrators pushed through an unsecured junction in South Belfast. Save our kids was shouted repeatedly at officers forming a defensive cordon. Multiple vans were hit with bottles and debris. Emergency crews struggled to access damaged vehicles. Police commanders reported fragmented communication across several districts. Surveillance teams identified independent clusters, acting without coordination with any tractor groups. These clusters targeted locations unrelated to the original protest. Some officers were pulled back after losing control of nearby intersections. The masked groups escalated their tactics at unexpected speed. They attempted to surround hotel entrances in several boroughs. Officers on the ground described the situation as volatile and unpredictable. Commands for reinforcement were issued repeatedly. Riot shields absorbed a barrage of makeshift projectiles. Starmer's briefing was postponed for another 3 hours. And so the tax raid continues unchecked. The tractor blockade hardens into a siege. The supply chain snaps because the government refuses to pivot. And Britain becomes hungrier. With each hour Starmer waits. He calls it fiscal fairness. The countryside calls it the end of an industry. The panic isn't just in the markets, it's in the households. Tonight, British families faced a brutal economic reality. The state will bankrupt a local producer for a budget line, but it will subsidise the very crises draining the treasury. Your legacy can be taxed out of existence, but their mismanagement is protected at all costs. Class warfare divides a country faster than debt. And tonight, the fear wasn't in the farmers. It was in the ministers who realised they have provoked the people who feed them. This is how a food system disintegrates, not through drought, but through arrogance. When the engines roared on the M25, every police command room across London looked to Downing Street for a plan. No plan existed. Instead, the Home Office issued a directive defined by total paralysis, one that officers described as surrender disguised as protocol. Maintain public order without engaging heavy machinery. Engaging heavy machinery. That is the sterile phrase now used to describe the impossible task of stopping vintage tanks and 10-ton harvesters driven by men who have nothing left to lose.
Right.
The government...
You can't stop a tank or a goddamn tractor with a riot shield. Viva la revolution. Why we not doing that over here in the States? Why are we so scared? God damn, I know I'm gonna have to be alone on top of the rooftop with an RPG. But I know if I go to the UK, I'm rolling with the revolution all day. You know what I'm saying? But motherfucker scared over here. Don't worry. I'm gonna trigger this shit. Allegedly.
It didn't freeze because of the noise. It froze because the police realized a riot shield stops a brick, not a tractor. Multiple insiders from the Treasury leaked the same arrogance. Every plea from the agricultural sector is dismissed as the complaining of the wealthy. It doesn't matter if milk is dumped in the sewers. It doesn't matter if bread runs out, distribution hubs fail, or the economy bleeds. £82 million every 4 hours. Whitehall's priority is not food security. It is revenue collection. Reeves's advisors have become so fixated on closing a tax loophole that they would rather see the shelves empty than admit they miscalculated the resolve of the rural working class. Britain is the first nation in the G7 where the government fears a farmer more than a recession. Tonight's siege was entirely predictable. DEFRA held 5 separate impact studies, warning of mass insolvency, collapsing domestic production, mental health crises in farming communities, the impossibility of paying the 20% levy without selling land, reliance on imports increasing strategic vulnerability, and red flags regarding the fragility of just-in-time delivery systems. Each of these dossiers was flagged for urgent review. Starmer ignored all of them. Aides claim the Prime Minister dismissed the risks because he believed the farmers would simply absorb the cost. Meanwhile, tankers are turning back from Manchester. Shelves are bare in Birmingham, and Londoners are told to ration food in a first world capital. The tragedy unfolding isn't just economic, it is cultural extinction by spreadsheet. By targeting the transfer of land, Labour is ensuring that the next generation of British farmers never takes the wheel. Young men and women who spent their childhoods in the mud are now walking away, knowing they cannot service a £600,000 tax bill on a break-even business. The vultures are already circling. Global investment firms are watching the chaos with checkbooks ready, waiting to buy up distressed British soil for pennies on the pound once the insolvencies begin. Starmer isn't saving the economy, he is putting the English countryside up for auction to foreign bidders. And the hypocrisy of the net zero agenda is now undeniable. By bankrupting local producers, this government is forcing supermarkets to rely on carbon-heavy imports flown in from thousands of miles away. They are trading food security for a moral posture that collapses the moment the ports get blocked. The police response has only deepened the resentment. Footage from the embankment shows officers slashing tyres on agricultural trailers, a tactic never employed against climate activists gluing themselves to the tarmac. It is a calculated escalation against a group the state believes will eventually obey the law. But they miscalculated the desperation. When you back a cornered animal, it bites. When you back a cornered farmer, he parks a 10-ton plough on the Prime Minister's doorstep. The media calls this a disruption. The history books will call it the moment the countryside declared
revolution.
Declared a revolution. Now, not only that's going on, but we have this going on in the UK also. And this is serious. It's serious too.
Schools in the UK are facing a significant teacher retention crisis. A staggering 44,000 teachers left their positions last year, marking the highest quit rate since 2017.
5 weeks.
Over 40,000 teachers said, fuck this shit, but you gotta find out why. You gotta understand why. This shit is wild. Yep, investors aren't invested because of the high taxes. Our economy shrinking October, up 2 months in a row. Yep, it's officially a recession. Damn.
4,200 teachers gone. More than 1,800 staff-directed incidents. Violence in England's secondary schools up over 60%. That is the state of British education tonight. And it's why the country is now facing one of the most urgent walkouts in modern school history. Across dozens of campuses, teachers describe the same pattern. Classrooms slipping out of their control, behavior erupting with no warning, and clusters of recently arrived migrant teens forming tight, aggressive microgroups that dominate corridors and intimidate staff. Several teachers say these groups coordinate online, organize confrontations, and treat disruption like a daily sport, while leadership quietly looks the other way. But the violence is not the only crisis. The louder alarm, the one breaking staff morale, is the silence from above. Multiple senior teachers say they've been strongly advised not to frame behavioral issues in ways that create negative perceptions of migrant background students.
I knew that was going to happen. But if the migrants are the ones causing the fucking trouble, man, dog, what was just said was this. The migrants that came in this bitch is fucking up shit in the schools, formulating online, and just like destroying shit every day. And the higher ups in the government are saying, don't say nothing about it. Or if you're going to say something, try not to make the migrants look bad, but the migrants are the one that's committing all the fucking crimes. It's all going downhill, man. Yeah. What was you eating in that crumbling bag, though, in the background? Real shit. I was opening up a pack of blunts.
Off the record, they call it what it feels like, a gag order. We're told to keep classrooms calm, with no power, no backup, and no honesty, one departing teacher said. Schools aren't learning environments anymore. They're containment centers. Woo. And that is why tonight's story matters. Not because 4,200 teachers resigned, but because so many of them say the same sentence. We don't feel safe, and we're not allowed to say why. So before we move into the full investigation...
Yeah, we don't feel safe, and we're not allowed to say why. That is grimy. It's the migrants. And I'm starting to fucking think that these migrants are chaos agents. Well, I thought that shit before when they first popped up. And I was cataloging them, doing a whole bunch of fuck shit. They was pissing in the produce section in supermarkets. They was stabbing niggas in New York and getting out without bail, throwing up the middle finger at the camera like, yeah, bitch, I'm out. Out on bail. Government will never fail. Oh, my nigga. That shit fucked up. No bail. And motherfuckers is fighting to get these motherfuckers healthcare and a whole bunch of other motherfucking shit. These niggas got thousands of dollars in stamps and grants and shit to build motherfucking houses. And they out here fucking people up. We can't say nothing about it. They over there in the UK fucking shit up on the motherfucking street and in the goddamn school. Motherfucker can't say nothing. Man, fuck on out of here. Fuck on out of here.
On your take. Are teachers telling the uncomfortable truth? Or are the unions exaggerating to force political pressure? Drop your view in the comments. Your perspective helps us shape the next segment. No one in the UK expected the number to be this high. Not parents, not councils, not even the unions. But 4,200 teachers walking out in just 5 weeks wasn't a labor dispute. It was a warning. The loudest, clearest alarm the British education system has sounded in decades. And what they're describing inside secondary schools is not misbehavior, it's collapse. Teachers say violence didn't spike, it detonated. Classrooms where 13-year-olds square up to staff like adults. Lunch halls turning into turf zones claimed by tight-knit migrant groups newly placed into mainstream classes. Corridors where pupils are shoved, cornered, and threatened in languages staff don't understand. Lessons interrupted not by chatter, but by organized intimidation that feels less like teenagers acting out, and more like micro-gangs testing who really runs the school. This isn't media exaggeration. This is what teachers themselves are reporting, the ones who just quit because they couldn't take another day. A science teacher in Manchester said she hasn't taught a full lesson without a confrontation in months. A history teacher in Croydon described packs of boys who dominate corridors, daring staff to intervene. One senior leader in Birmingham told us plainly, "We're not teaching anymore. We're containing violence." Parents are only hearing scraps of what's happening. The polished lines from school leadership, the vague references to behavior challenges, the careful emails that never mention the word everyone in the staff room is whispering,
Immigrant.
This is linked to recent migrant placements. Off record, teachers say the truth is unavoidable. Many of the new arrivals placed directly into Year 9 and Year 10 come with little English, no integration support, and backgrounds shaped by conflict and instability. When placed into already stretched schools, they form defensive, insular groups. Groups older pupils gravitate toward, groups younger pupils fear, and groups teachers have no tools or authority to control. And when violence breaks out, teachers say leadership now reacts faster to avoiding controversy than to protecting staff. One teacher in Leeds reported a violent incident that left a pupil hospitalized. The first instruction she received from senior management: do not refer to the background of the students involved. Keep the report neutral. Even when the parents of the injured boy demanded answers. Another teacher in South London said she was explicitly warned not to use the phrase new arrivals in any written documentation, even when the same group of new arrivals had been involved in 3 altercations in 1 week. And slowly, the fear shifted from what's happening to this school to what happens when the system refuses to admit what's happening. Parents sense it too. The worried glances at pickup time, the rumors spreading through WhatsApp groups, the sudden decision by some families to move their children just to be safe. Because mothers and fathers across Britain are now asking questions no parent should ever have to ask. Is my child safe at school? Are teachers still in control? Why isn't anyone telling us the full story? Teachers walking out didn't cause this crisis. They exposed it. And what they're exposing is brutal. Schools that once felt like structured learning environments now feel like unpredictable battlegrounds. And the people responsible for protecting children say they no longer can. Not with current policies, not with current restrictions, not with the pressure to stay silent. Tonight, the message from the 4,200 who left isn't subtle. It isn't polite. It isn't political. It is a plea and a warning. If we can't keep control of the classroom, your children are not safe. Inside England's secondary schools, the situation unfolding is far more serious than anything parents have been told. Teachers say the crisis isn't hidden, it's simply ignored. And behind the closed doors of staff rooms and safeguarding offices, the truth is far darker than the polished statements sent to families. The school day no longer starts with lesson plans. It starts with warnings quietly traded between teachers. Which corridor turned volatile this morning? Which group has been circling the canteen looking for confrontation? Which new arrivals were added to the register with no background information at all? By the first break, entire departments are already drained. Not from teaching, but from trying to stop chaos before it becomes unmanageable. Parents are reassured that behavior is being monitored. Teachers insist the reality is nothing of the sort. A Birmingham teacher described stepping into a corridor where several boys, all new to the school that week, had surrounded a younger pupil. She intervened, only to be told later to write the report in neutral terms so it wouldn't lead to misunderstandings. She said the message was unmistakable. Tell the truth, but not too clearly. The message was unmistakable. Tell the truth, but not too clearly. In Liverpool, a staff member explained how her school now restricts who can review CCTV of violent incidents. Only select senior leaders are allowed to see the full footage. Teachers involved in the incident receive a heavily softened verbal summary. She called it a blackout by design, created to protect the school's image rather than the staff inside it. Across multiple regions, this same pattern repeats. Reports edited before being logged, context removed, descriptions rewritten in vague language. One safeguarding officer shared that she had been instructed to minimize detail when speaking to parents about an altercation that left a pupil bruised. She said the silence is not accidental. It is policy. A Leeds teacher recounted receiving 2 boys midweek with 0 briefing and barely any English. Within an hour, the entire class dynamic shifted. Louder, sharper, more hostile. When she asked for support, she was told to prioritize inclusion and avoid drawing unhelpful conclusions. She said it felt like being handed responsibility for a situation no one would acknowledge. The pressure is emotional, but it is physical too. Teachers describe classrooms where one spark can turn 15 seconds into a fight requiring multiple adults to intervene. Chairs thrown, doors forced open, fire alarms pulled, staff backed into corners, phones shoved into their faces. And through it all, leadership repeats the same message. Remain calm, avoid escalation, and above all, do not connect any of this to the wider migration issue. One history teacher with nearly 30 years of experience said he decided to resign the moment he was told to consider the political climate before filing a report about a threat made against him. It was the first time, he said, that safeguarding guidelines felt like political instructions. Parents believe schools are a place of safety. Teachers now quietly admit they're no longer certain they can guarantee that. A mother in Manchester said her daughter refuses to eat in the cafeteria because it feels like trouble is waiting to happen. Another parent in London said her son stopped attending after-school clubs because the groups roaming the halls don't care about rules. The exodus of 4,200 teachers wasn't triggered by workload. It wasn't triggered by pay. It was triggered by fear. Fear for themselves, fear for their students, and fear of a government that seems more committed to preserving a narrative than confronting the danger inside British schools. What's happening inside Britain's secondary schools is not a mystery in Westminster. It's an inconvenience. And that distinction is exactly why the crisis has spiraled. For months, Downing Street has received direct warnings from education advisors, safeguarding leads, and regional behavior specialists. Not vague predictions. Explicit reports describing rising aggression tied to rapid intake schemes, resettlement placements, and newly arrived pupils being moved into mainstream classrooms with no support structure. One internal memo described the situation as accelerating beyond the capacity of staff to stabilize. Yet the government's official line remains stubbornly identical. No national safety issue, no behavioral link to migration, no cause for public concern. Teachers say those statements feel less like reassurance and more like gaslighting. Inside the Department for Education, the priority is not fixing the problem, it's controlling the optics. Officials fear that acknowledging the scale of classroom violence could inflame debates around migration policy or undermine Starmer's narrative about restoring order. And so they've chosen silence over support. Teachers across multiple regions report the same pattern. Leadership instructed to avoid language that may stigmatize. Safeguarding teams told to use discretion when recording motive. Local authorities quietly urging schools to protect community confidence. One head teacher in London said she was pressured to remove a line from a safeguarding report because it risked generating tensions. The line simply described a recently arrived group of boys surrounding a teacher and threatening her after school. The issue wasn't the threat, it was the politics. Parents, meanwhile, receive a sanitized version of events. Teachers trying to keep children safe are told to maintain calm, but are given no tools, no reinforcements, and no authority to enforce consequences. And each time violence escalates, government spokespeople repeat the same line. Schools face challenges every generation. A senior minister privately dismissed the resignations as union exaggeration. That comment traveled quickly through staff rooms and landed like a slap. Because here's what teachers hear in statements like that. Your safety is negotiable. Your experience is inconvenient. Your fear is politically problematic. Starmer's promise to restore trust in institutions collapses the moment the institution in crisis is told to soften its language instead of strengthening its protection. A leaked briefing last week suggested the government is considering new guidelines instructing schools to highlight positive integration outcomes and avoid patterns of attribution that create fear. In plain English, manage the narrative, not the danger. Meanwhile, teachers continue to report threats, intimidation, and classroom eruptions they say they've never witnessed in their careers. Parents wait for clarity. Teachers wait for help. The government waits for the news cycle to move on. And that vacuum, that refusal to speak honestly, is what terrifies schools more than the behavior itself. As one deputy head in Manchester put it, we're not asking for miracles. We're asking the government to admit what's happening before someone gets seriously hurt. Today, the crisis isn't in the hands of those who understand it. It's in the hands of those who refuse to acknowledge it. Britain is truly facing a school system losing teachers, classrooms becoming uncontrollable, and a government losing the courage to speak the truth. Parents are not imagining the danger. Teachers are not exaggerating their fears. The cracks are real, and they are widening. Now, the question is, do you think ministers are concealing the truth to protect stability or to protect themselves? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, now that's wild shit. Now, let's get to Starmer. Starmer is a wanker.
Should Keir Starmer be worried over secret maneuverings to oust him? So over the past couple of months, we've been talking about the plans that are developing within the Labour Party and externally from the Labour Party to oust Keir Starmer. I think collectively, the British public have had enough. The people that voted for Keir Starmer initially have seen that their policies haven't been delivered on, and the people that didn't vote for Keir Starmer, well, their predictions have been succeeded.
Yep.
As Labour Together, the group that campaigned for Starmer's leadership, test the waters for potential successors, Sam and Ad unpack what's happening inside the party. So Labour Together, which is essentially one of the groups behind Keir Starmer getting voted in the first place, has started sending out surveys to various Labour MPs to determine who would be the right successor to Keir Starmer. Essentially, one of the think tank groups behind Keir Starmer being in power in the first place is now trying to ascertain who would be the most successful and valid replacement for Keir Starmer ongoing. So why are they doing all of this? But very quickly, just 10 seconds, if you're looking for a video. So Labour Together have claimed the reason why they're setting up this internal polling system is to be able to see what people think inside the Labour government, to try and ascertain whether Labour MPs are happy with what's going on, and also to create an air of anonymity. So essentially, if a Labour MP doesn't feel happy with what's happening in the party, they don't have the fear of being ousted from the party. Not that they should, they're in positions of power and they should be able to make change, but at the moment, the general understanding from Labour MPs that I've had the pleasure of speaking to is that they're not happy with what's happening in the party, but publicly they won't say anything about it. In fact, you may know, recently I was supposed to be doing a couple of interviews with some MPs. All of those got canned. And I think primarily that's down to fear. So the reason why Labour Together are doing this is to say that they're trying to create an internal understanding of where the Labour Party's at, what the members inside the Labour Party actually think about the running and operational side of the Labour Party, but also what the future might actually look like for the party. But then we have to talk about the claim that this is some sort of benchmark to understand what's happening inside the party. Maybe. I think it's probably more them planning to overthrow Keir Starmer and actually trying to figure out how much support they'd have in the process. And I think this raises a bigger question and probably a larger concern that us as a British country should be aware of. It's one thing for a lot of the UK to not want Keir Starmer or even the Labour Party in power in their current form, but it's a whole different conversation when the party itself is having turmoil inside it where they don't even want their own leaders to be running the country. When we start to think about democracy, and I don't mean the truest form of democracy, I mean the democracy that we have in the UK, it comes down to what the people want and how we can institute that. So we vote for our politicians and our politicians get into power. But the weird thing is once they're in power, they have the ability from a public perspective to be locked into a position of power. So when it comes to Keir Starmer, a lot of people don't want him in power. They're not happy with the way the government's being ran and they don't want him to maintain his position of power. But for some reason, that's not being changed. And this is where it comes down to the party politics side of thing. At the end of the day, the Labour Party isn't there to protect Keir Starmer. The Labour Party is there to protect themselves. They're there to protect the people that work within the Labour Party, members of Parliament, people that work within various offices within the Labour Party. Everyone is going to get the fight or flight thing where they look after themselves. And if Keir Starmer is costing them their position of power, their paychecks and their ability to put a roof over their head, they're going to do whatever they can to get rid of Keir Starmer because they need public favourability. Labour MPs are not fighting every day to be liked, they're fighting every day to not get fired. Now, of course, this has been brewing for many weeks now. I think the first time we heard a sniff of this was probably about 5-6 weeks ago that there was plans to overthrow Keir Starmer. Whether that's actually going to happen or not is still yet to be determined. But a lot of the stuff that we're seeing from the party and things just externally from the party is suggesting that there may be a plan in the near future to do something about this. I'm going to keep following this story and I'm very keen to hear what you guys think about this down below. Make sure to check out private internet access using the QR code here or the link down there.
The people that put Keir Starmer in want to get him out. Nah, that's wild. But we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. But that's all the UK news. If there's some more UK news, Vata, let me know. We'll go live again later. But I can't wait till the night. You already know what it is. What's popping? Night. Underlay. Uh-oh. Now we got to talk about Kristi Noem, the puppy killer. They gotta watch that South Park episode. Kristi Noem was shooting puppies in the Petco, in front of the Petco. She just out there shooting puppies for no reason. But anyway, Kristi Noem is getting grilled at her hearing and shit. Oh, it's a long ass hearing. Pause. So only grab 4 people to talk. To just grill her ass. Like, there was a lot of people that was clapping for her, thanking her and shit. Like, fuck all that thank you shit. Get to the people that's gonna motherfucking grill this bitch for what the fuck her and her ICE people have been doing to the American people. You already know it. Yeah, you already know. You know I gotta go to the UK. But I'll be back in America. Back in the States, Kristi Noem. I didn't even know she used to be a governor. I didn't even know that, which makes me question why the fuck is she head of Homeland Security? I'm like, bitch, you used to be a governor. What the fuck you doing in Homeland Security? She want to feel like she got power over a motherfucker. She want to She want to motherfucker put on the she want to put on the big boy pants. But you already had on big boy pants, bitch. You was a governor. I think you said South Dakota or some shit. Somewhere, I forgot. But Kristi Noem getting grilled. Yeah, 1929 was pretty shitty. And that's where they're going, the soft version. Damn, I wasn't around in 1929 either. But I'm about to do the history. What happened in 1929 in the UK.com. Might find some shit. But let's go to Kristi.
Yes, I appreciate you giving me the chance to talk about this because I think the words that these elected officials have, law enforcement officers, are horrific, shocking, and unacceptable. Every single American citizen should find the words that they have used to describe these men and women that took an oath to keep us safe unacceptable and needs to be pointed out that we are seeing the consequences of those words every single day by the violent attacks. 1,000% increase in violent attacks, 8,000% in death threats.
Gentleman's time expired. I now recognize the gentleman from Michigan, Mr. Tanadar, for 5 minutes of questions. Please remember to stick to the 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman Garbarino and Ranking Member Thompson for having this hearing today. I know the American people have been demanding answers from this administration on their
that's that motherfucking that bitch nigga.
We are able to get some useful answers from our witnesses today. Secretary Noem, this past May, I asked you during a congressional hearing if it was the policy of DHS to follow orders issued by federal courts. You said on the record, and I'm quoting here, we are following all federal orders. End of my quote, end of your quote. Secretary Noem, you lied to me under oath that day. You lied to the American people, and you have betrayed the trust placed upon you in your role as Secretary of Homeland Security. You defied federal court orders when you refused to order the deportation flights to El Salvador in March to turn around. Federal courts have also found your department to have violated federal injunctions in your continue to send non-citizens on deportation flights, with some courts having called your orders unlawful. Secretary Noem, I just have 3 questions for you. 1, why did you lie under oath by saying DHS was following all federal court orders when they clearly were not?
Congressman.
Question 2, let me finish my questions. Question 2, why did you mislead the American people? You said that no American citizens have been arrested or detained by federal immigration agents. And my last question, number 3, Donald Trump said that your ICE agents haven't gone far enough. Do you think terrorizing American citizens and assaulting peaceful protesters isn't far enough?
Damn.
Congressman, the Department of Homeland Security and this administration complies with all federal court orders. We always have and we always will.
Not true.
And we will continue to appeal. And sir, I will even tell you that at the highest court, at the Supreme Court, the Department of Homeland Security in our litigation has an over 90% success rate in winning at the highest court in our battle against activist judges across this country.
Madam Secretary,
judges that we will continue to appeal. And then when it gets to the highest court and we get a decision, it is proven that we are right, that we have been compliant. I will also say,
Madam Secretary, let me.
You want me to answer your questions or not?
I do, but let me. You haven't been telling us the truth. Look, there have been at least 170 known cases of citizens being arrested or detained by federal immigration agents this year alone. This is the truth. Are you lying to the American people right now by denying these reports?
When we are doing our targeted enforcement operations against criminal illegal aliens, individuals that are in that area may be detained until we verify who they are, and then they are released. This has been done for years.
Right, but you're saying that you not arresting people, but you just said that they're detained and they're detained and then released. Bitch, you just double spoke and lied. Cough this puppy killing bitch.
in every single law enforcement operation that is
But
out.
like, I don't like the guy from Michigan because he just here to help the goddamn immigrants. He ain't helping the people at all. But he is hitting her with the good questions, though. He did hit her, and she didn't even answer like why she lied under oath.
Happened, we followed the same protocols, and we continue to do that. We have never once detained or deported an American citizen. We have not held them and charged them. When we find out and verify their identity, then that is when they are released. You also asked about ICE agents going far enough. Sir, I will tell you that every single ICE agent, CBP agent, federal law enforcement officer that's out there doing their work every day, none of them will rest until our communities are safe. None of them will rest until terrorists,
it is a fact that you ignore federal orders.
And our children and our grandchildren can grow.
Let me reclaim my time here. Secretary Noem, it is a fact that you ignored federal court orders in March and in May of this year. Do you plan on ignoring more federal orders?
We always.
I'm sick of your lies, and the American people demand the truth.
Because you keep saying it doesn't make it true.
I am sick of your lies. The American people are sick of these lies. American people demand truth.
Stop killing puppies.
America is very happy that finally they have a president in the White House that gets up every day to keep them safe.
Madam Secretary, your incompetence and your inability to truthfully carry out your duties of Secretary of Homeland Security.
Puppies.
If you're not fired, will you resign?
Sir, I will consider your asking me to resign as an endorsement of my work. Thank you very much.
I yield back my time.
Gentleman yields back his time. I'll remind members that they are entitled to ask questions during their time. Witnesses are entitled to answer those questions. Members are entitled to reclaim their time. So we're going to have questions and answers. Please allow it. You can reclaim your time if you want, but witnesses are here voluntarily. Please at least give them a chance to answer the questions that you're asking. I now recognize the gentleman from Texas.
From Texas.
The other side of the aisle for 5 straight years now have no concern for anything worldwide threats wise. And I have proven that. We're supposed to be talking about worldwide threats, but unfortunately we're talking about homeland threats in our homeland. And Director, can you just reaffirm the number for us of people that match the terror watch list that are in our country?
There's 18,000 known and suspected terrorists in the country right now that came in under Joe Biden's watch.
18,000. That's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
And that's just what we know of, Congressman.
Secretary, despite even members on this committee that have called our law enforcement and ICE and DHS and Border Patrol and other agents names and slandered them, I support you and I support what you're doing to secure the homeland. The Working Families Tax Act allocated $13.5 billion to the Department of Homeland Security and the Department of Justice to reimburse states for the cost of the Biden-Harris administration's open border policies. No state suffered more than Texas. Fentanyl, drug and human trafficking, violent crime, stress on local emergency response services caused substantial damage to my district, to our state, to my constituents, to people that live and work in Texas. And in response, our state launched Operation Lone Star to secure the border when the Biden administration abdicated their responsibility to do that. We built miles of border wall. We had other barriers. We deployed state troopers, National Guard to deter the invasion that we suffered during this time period, which cost our state over $11 billion. And so as part of this Working Families Tax Act, we allocated $13.5 billion to reimburse those states. Last month, along with our senators, I led the Republican Texas delegation in sending a letter to you and Attorney General Bondi highlighting this and requesting that the state of Texas be fully reimbursed. And I wanted to get a status on that reimbursement today.
Yes, thank you. And we still to this day remain incredibly grateful to the state of Texas for their leadership during that time. That was challenging times, devastating times for what we saw happening down there. And Texas stepped up in a way that was absolutely incredible. So yes, those dollars are being formulated and allocated. If you remember, many states deployed their National Guard down there. I was governor of South Dakota at that time, and my National Guard was deployed down there as well. So reconciling the costs for every single state and looking at that allocation, we're making sure we're doing due diligence to make sure that it's appropriated correctly.
And just to be clear, I want to make sure that that money does come in the form of the reimbursement to Texas.
That's what we're working with the White House on doing, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
When it comes to what Director Kent talked about, these 18,000 people. Can you give us an idea of who these people are, what type of threat they pose to us? We saw it wasn't some accident. This was an assassination and a murder. It was not an accident, despite my colleagues saying that it was an accident. It was a murder and an assassination of a National Guard hero. So what other types of threats are you tracking and preventing from happening?
Yeah, I would say, sir, that we face the terrorists that we've faced for years in ISIS, Al Qaeda, Hamas, individuals that are here that are radicalized, but also we face the cartels as they've infiltrated our country under the last administration. Their proliferation of human trafficking, drugs, and violence, going after Tren de Aragua as well, MS-13. Those individuals are still a very real, clear danger every day on the streets, and we encounter them, arrest them, and deport them and bring them to justice each and every day. Beyond that, sir, you even have gangs in cities that are localized that are terrorist organizations. The Latin Kings in Chicago are absolutely terrorists to their communities, and we work every day to make sure that we're protecting those communities. So I could not prioritize one over another because they're all killers. They're all killers, and they all are destroying families each and every day.
For both you and Director Kent, do terrorist organizations around the world, such as ISIS, Al Qaeda, and others, still have an intent to attack America, to attack our homeland, to utilize every method?
Absolutely. Our intelligence and our information that we deal with every single day is addressing those threats on our streets here in the United States.
Director Kent, can you give us an idea of what those tactics, techniques, and procedures could be that we need to stay alert of?
Honestly, the attacks of October 7th, the decentralized and just barbaric nature of that is the new terrorist playbook. They're not looking necessarily for a spectacular attack like we had on 9/11, but targets of opportunity like we tragically saw with the terrorist attack in Washington, D.C. These smaller cells or even individual operatives taking action, that's what has us very...
Smaller cells or individual operatives. These motherfuckers watching my F the Government podcast. I'm saying, nigga, small groups. When I say the small groups, small little splitter groups or individual, like I said, I might be alone with an RPG. That what they looking out for. Yeah, I know they looking out for me. I always feel like somebody's watching me. That's the new playbook. They know there was like, it ain't necessary the motherfucker 9/11 type of shit no more. We looking for hurricanes in this bitch. But I want the big fish. Pause. I don't want no National Guard member. What the fuck I'm shooting a National Guard guy for? Come on now. Unless I'm about to steal a key card to break in a facility somewhere. I might do it then. Allegedly. But real shit, man, we need Bill Gates head on the chopping block, Peter Thiel, Larry Ellison, you know what I'm saying? Bill Gates, boop. Even my phone agrees. Those motherfuckers need to get. You know what I'm saying? Not no regular ass National Guard member that's chilling. Unless I'm stealing the key card to break in the facility. But that's it. Make that algorithm work for you. That's right. You should put the news topic before the HHN in the title. The memes might put it there. More people recommend it. I think I tried that before, and they was I think that's when they got rid of the shit on the StreamYard because I was making thumbnails. I made a couple thumbnails, and yeah, and they got rid of that shit. They got rid of the thumbnail making, and they got rid of me playing music. I got to get a computer in order to do it again, though. You know, if I get a computer, you know, I'll be able to do a whole bunch of more shit. I can do a whole bunch of more shit, but it's bills, man. These fucking bills and rent. And shit is slow right now. God damn. But hopefully get these 3,000 watch hours. I could be able to probably get a super chat going. I gotta find out how that shit works. Once I find out how that shit work, I hope it ain't a pain in the ass. Like, you got to get a computer. Like, oh, shit. But I'll find out. I'll find out. I hear you. I'm ready to just wrap this shit all up. Motherfucking move. Grab a tent somewhere in the woods. Go off grid. Like, shit tough out here. It's hard out here for a pimp. You know it's hard out here for a pimp.
Concern combined with just the sheer volume.
My time has expired, Secretary. Thank you for your commitment to reimburse taxes. I yield back.
Niggas like
Gentleman's time's expired. I now
for letting me
recognize the gentleman from Rhode Island, Mr. Magaziner, for 5 minutes of questions.
Rhode Island.
Madam Secretary, how many United States military veterans have you deported?
Sir, we have not deported U.S. citizens or military veterans.
I don't.
Somebody started laughing in the background. They thought I didn't hear that shit. Somebody was laughing in the background. I was like, no, bitch, you lying. You just lied again. Look how he just set this bitch up. Now he about to knock that hoe down.
I believe you served in the military. I haven't either, but I think you and I can agree that as Americans, we owe everything to those who have served our country in uniform, particularly those who have served in combat. Do you agree with that?
Sir, I believe that people that are in this United States that are citizens have legal status here.
Madam Secretary, we are joined on Zoom by a gentleman named Sejun Park. He is a United States Army combat veteran who was shot twice while serving our country in Panama in 1989. Like many veterans, he struggled with PTSD and substance abuse after his service. He was arrested in the 1990s for some minor drug offenses, nothing serious. He never hurt anyone besides himself, and he's been clean and sober for 14 years. He is a combat veteran, a Purple Heart recipient. He has sacrificed more for this country than most people ever have. Earlier this year, you deported him to Korea, a country he hasn't lived in since he was 7 years old.
Damn.
Will you join me in thanking Mr. Park for his service to our country?
Sir, I'm grateful for every single person that has served our country and follows our laws.
Can you please tell Mr. Park why you deported him?
Every one of them needs to be enforced.
But you understand that many veterans struggle with PTSD, many veterans struggle with substance abuse.
That motherfucker said that he fought in the Panama shit. You know what happened in the Panama Canal? Our government ain't shit for that shit. I covered the Panama Canal. Make sure y'all check it out. I think it was HHN, the Panama Canal. I think it's the HHN Special Stories. But if he was there in that, I see why he got PTSD. Like, I'm talking like real shit. Real fucking shit. I see why. I covered that fucking shit. And there was some grimy shit that went on over there that our government did. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then sent that nigga to North Korea. It's like, bitch, I ain't been here since I was 7. I fought for this country.
Challenges. This man took 2 bullets for our country.
I took 2 bullets.
Well, you have broad authority, by the way, as secretary, to issue humanitarian parole, to do deferred action. Will you commit to at least looking at Mr. Park's case to see if you can help him find a pathway back to this country that he sacrificed so much for?
I will absolutely look at his case, but I want you to remember that
Madam Secretary, the man behind you, please stand up, sir.
Stand up behind you.
His name is Jim Brown from Troy, Missouri. He is a Navy combat veteran who served our country in the Gulf War. He's married to a woman named Donna, who came to our country legally from Ireland when she was 11 years old. She has lived here for 48 years. Because of you, Jim's wife Donna has been in prison for the last 4 months.
Damn.
She did not come here illegally, and she has never committed any crime other than writing 2 bad checks totaling $80 10 years ago. She is currently in prison and facing deportation. Ms. Noem, will you thank Mr. Brown for his service to our country?
Thank you, Mr. Brown, for your service to our country.
Now, what possible explanation can there be for locking up his wife for 4 months when she has committed no crime other than writing a couple of bad checks for $80?
Sir, it is not my prerogative, my latitude, or my job to pick and choose which laws in this country get into.
You have broad discretion as the secretary. You can issue parole, you can do all kinds of things, but you're choosing not to. Will you commit again to just reviewing Donna's case and reuniting this combat veteran with his beloved wife, who also loves this country?
I will review the case.
Now, Madam Secretary, you've already heard the story of Lance Corporal Alejandro Barranco, the United States Marine veteran who is behind you, who also has two brothers who are United States Marines. Will you thank Lance Corporal Barranco for his service?
Thank you for your service.
His father, Narcisco Barranco, is a landscaper in California who has lived peacefully in our country for 30 years and has no criminal record. Last spring, while he was mowing the lawn at an IHOP, ICE agents tackled him in the street and imprisoned him for weeks. A peaceful, hard-working man who raised 3 sons to be United States Marines. We need men of that character in this country. Again, as Secretary, you have broad discretion. Will you consider Lance Corporal Barranco's father for parole in place to stay in our country, owing to the fact that he has contributed to our country by raising 3 United States Marines?
This is an opportunity to remind everybody that every person that's in this country illegally has an opportunity to voluntarily go home and come back the right way.
He raised 3 United States Marines.
Facilitate that.
Go back home and come back the right way. This bitch is evil. This bitch is fucking evil. I love how he set her up to knock her down with the soldiers being there, though. That shit was awesome. But goddamn. Go back home and come back legal. What the motherfucker just said, dog, is this motherfucker raised 3 Marines. Y'all tackled a nigga and this motherfucker doing this thing at an IHOP working. Y'all some hoes. Y'all some hoes. Puppy killer.
He has been living here peacefully, doing his job for 30 years. You have discretion. You are choosing not to use it. Madam Secretary, you promised America that you would go after the worst of the worst. But these people are not the worst of the worst. A Purple Heart recipient, a military spouse, the father of 3 Marines. And it's not just veterans and military families. You are locking up and deporting children with cancer, mothers with babies in the NICU, United States citizens. Yep. There are many problems with your leadership, but the biggest problem is this. You don't seem to know how to tell the difference between the good guys and the bad guys. Woo! Go after the bad guys. Go after the terrorists. Do not go after veterans, Marines, children.
Gentlemen, time is expired.
I yield back.
I now recognize the gentlelady from Georgia, Ms. Green, for 5 minutes of questions.
Thank you. The previously Democrat-controlled administration allowed over 13 million border crossers from over 170 countries and territories to break our laws, invade our country, rape our women and children, and murder our own people. They set all-time records for the highest number of illegal aliens ever encountered in a single day at 14,500, in a single month at 370,000, and in a single year at 3 million, not including the known gotaways. Thanks to Secretary Noem and the hard work of Tom Homan and all the brave men and women at DHS, our new Republican-controlled admin has produced the safest and most secure border our country has ever seen. Thank you very much for that. For the 7th consecutive month, U.S. Border Patrol released 0 illegal aliens into the United States. Daily average apprehensions at the southern border are 95% lower than the daily average under the last administration. 10 months under Trump has seen less apprehensions than 1 month under Biden. Since January 21 through the end of November, there have been 117,105 total enforcement encounters along the southwest border, which is nearly 40% less than the monthly average during the Biden administration. Meanwhile, there has been an 8,000 increase in death threats against
I went from missing
accused of rape, child rape, not just rape, child rape of a 14-year-old boy in a sanctuary New York City bathroom. I wanted to highlight this case because it encapsulates so many different violent policies of Democrats. This is an increase in trans violence with their embrace of gender ideology, an egregious catch and release policy implemented under the last 4 years, and sanctuary cities that harbor criminal, illegal alien monsters that have raped and murdered many Americans. Can you discuss further what you're facing in these sanctuary cities and the illegal alien monsters that have been released into American communities under the Biden administration?
Yeah, unfortunately, Congresswoman, we arrest individuals like that every day because they're so prevalent on our streets because of what happened under the Biden administration. Every day we're able to go out and encounter and bring to justice individuals who are raping our children, murdering our mothers, our grandmothers, our families are devastated by them. And I'm shocked at the Democrats' constant defense of these individual criminals over the American citizen that is out there just trying to live their lives, put food on the table, and live the American dream. And what we do at the Department of Homeland Security by making sure that we're out enforcing the law every day is making sure that those families get a chance to do that. So I'm so grateful for them. The 8,000% increase in death threats is real. These ICE agents and CBP officers that are out on our streets doing God's work live in these communities. They live there. These are their families and their neighbors that they're protecting, and they get up every day and do that job because they believe in their mission. They take an oath, and they are honorable men and women who are serving with greatness during a challenging time when activists and radicals attack them and put their lives in danger. I think it's shameful to see the defense of individuals who break our laws. We are a nation of laws. If we are not a nation of laws, we're no nation at all. And that is what we are doing every day is following those. If you guys don't like the law, go change it. That's your job. You don't complain. I was raised by a dad who said we don't complain about things. We fix them. Well, go fix them. If you don't like the law, quit bellyaching, quit hitting and attacking our ICE officers, quit going out and protesting and screaming vile things at them, quit calling them names. We wouldn't let our children do that. Go do something that actually matters by having an honest debate and changing the law. That's your jobs. You all should be fired in my viewpoint.
I agree. Thank you so much for that, Secretary Noem. Back in 2021, I was one of only 16 members who voted against the Allies Act of 2021, which increased the number of special immigrant visas for Afghan nationals and loosened vetting requirements for eligibility. This brought in over 76,000 Afghans. Director Kent, what actions are being taken to identify and remove any of the 100,000 Afghan nationals admitted under the Biden admin who may have ties to terrorism, like the one who shot 2 National Guard members, tragically killing Sarah Beckstrom here in Washington, D.C.?
I'm sorry, gentlelady's time is expired, but
Can he just answer?
no, we're keeping everything quick to the 5 minutes. I'm sorry, but gentleman from New York is now recognized, Mr. Goldman, for 5 minutes.
Secretary Noem, let's talk about the law. Do you agree that asylum is a lawful pathway to immigrate to this country? Yes or no?
There's an asylum program, yes, in place.
All right. So immigrants then with ongoing asylum applications are legally in this country, correct?
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Your question was?
Immigrants with ongoing asylum applications are legally in this country.
There are individuals in this country that have applications that...
And they are legally here because it's a lawful pathway, right?
It's a lawful pathway.
Okay, so if your department then deports anyone with an ongoing asylum application, you are violating the law, correct?
Joe Biden left us with...
I'm not asking about Joe Biden. I'm asking you a specific question. If your department deports anyone with an ongoing asylum application, you are violating the law. Is that correct?
It was greatly violated when they allowed...
I'm asking you.
People to come granted asylum applications.
Why are you filibustering? Why can't you answer the question? It's a simple question.
Your president...
If your department
your secretary
deports anyone with an ongoing asylum application, you are violating the law. Isn't that correct?
The asylum program was broken under the last...
Mr. Chairman, I will reclaim my time. She's not answering the question. But the obvious answer is that, yes, if you follow a lawful pathway, asylum is a lawful pathway. If you have an open asylum case, you are here lawfully. But the problem that we are seeing around the country is that you are not following the law. Don't tell us to change the law. If you don't like the asylum system, You changed the asylum law. Bring it to us. We'll work with you. I think it needs to be changed. But you can't just decide that you're not going to follow the law, and asylum is a law, and deport people who have ongoing applications. Unfortunately, that is exactly what's happening. It's happening across the street from my office right in New York City. Numerous thousands of people who have come to court appearances, have left them with open asylum applications, have been arrested. And then they've been shipped off and many deported.
Dang.
In September, one applicant was ripped away from his wife and small children after such a court appearance. And then this happened to his wife. Please play the video.
Oh, yeah. They tackled his wife. Grimy shit.
No, it's not. It's not this one. All right, it's not this video. Here it is. Now, after this incident, your department issued a statement that said the officer's conduct in this video is unacceptable and beneath the men and women of ICE.
Yep.
Our ICE law enforcement are held to the highest professional standards, and this officer is being relieved of current duties as we conduct a full investigation. 3 days later, you reinstated that officer and you put him back on duty. I sent you a letter and asked you what investigation was done and why was he reinstated. You did not answer that letter. So I'm going to give you an opportunity right here to explain to me that if that officer's conduct was, quote, beneath the men and women of ICE, unquote, why did you reinstate him?
Sir, that investigation was completed. I can give you that investigation and the information that you would like. This is.
Well, I wrote you 2 months ago. Why haven't you given it to me yet?
I'm actually surprised that you haven't gotten it. I'm going to ask my staff about that.
Well, you shouldn't be surprised because generally speaking, you do not respond
if not
to
thousands
us.
of your letters.
Now, the other problem that we are seeing all over the country is that your officers are wearing masks, are dressed in plain clothes, often going around without identification.
All of our officers are identified.
And I'm not asking a question. I introduced the No Secret Police Act to stop this. And we now have 113 co-sponsors so that they will not be masked and that they will identify themselves. Now, you say all of them are identifying themselves. That is not the case because last month in New York City again, the NYPD officers were injured by your masked, plainclothes ICE officers after they were called from 911 as residents witnessed your officers pulling individuals out of their vehicles and chasing them down the street.
Wow.
I also asked you what happened there. How were the NYPD officers injured by your officers? And you didn't respond. What's the answer?
Sir, our individual officers
time has expired.
I yield back.
I recognize gentleman from Texas, Mr. Gonzalez. 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you.
Right, now we get the last one.
Chairman and Ranking Member for holding this hearing today. The greatest threat to the homeland right now is a Department of Homeland Security that the American people no longer trust. A department actively undermined by its own secretary. This is on you, Secretary Noem. Today's hearing is supposed to be about worldwide threats, but Madam Secretary, under your watch, the threat is coming from inside the building. Because when DHS, the department charged with keeping Americans safe, is caught breaking the law, lying to the American public, systematically dismantling oversight, fueling bigotry, and targeting vulnerable communities, trust is broken. Let's start with the basics. How can we trust your department with you at the helm? The American people deserve an answer, even if you've spent the past year dodging accountability like it's your full-time job. We need to talk about oversight. Oversight is not optional. It is not a courtesy because you feel like it. It is not something you entertain only when it's politically convenient to you. Yet, time and time again, Secretary Noem, you have treated congressional oversight as an inconvenience at best, and at worst, something to be invaded, ignored, or denied altogether. Republicans on this committee may be willing to hand over their constitutional duty in order to kiss this administration's butt cheeks, but I am not. I will never. My district is not, and the American people sure aren't. While Republicans turn this hearing into a prey, ignored, or denied altogether, Republicans on this committee may be willing to hand over their constitutional duty in order to kiss this administration's butt cheeks, but I am not. I will never. My district is not, and the American people sure aren't. While Republicans turn this hearing into a praise fest for your failed 10-year communities across America, including mine in New Jersey, are made less safe because DHS under your leadership has become unproductive and malicious. All of the thank you that we keep hearing from across the aisle, there's no thank you from me. And we see the truth that you're trying to hide. The truth is you are deeply unqualified for the post you hold.
That's right.
This is on full display in the way you treat the people in this body, myself included, who have been elected to serve our communities and keep them safe. Representative Grajava, Senator Padilla, myself and others whose character, integrity, and bodies were attacked by your department without evidence and without apology. Far beyond being disrespectful, you have shown a complete disregard for the oversight authority granted to us by law. You have repeatedly shown that you will target whoever you want, whenever you want, without accountability. Members of Congress, members of our communities, and even American citizens, as many of my colleagues have continued to point out today. Secretary Noem, that's not leadership. That's not democracy. And that is not how this works. Again, this is not just about you. Don't want you to think this is just a pick on you day. This is about the Trump administration that has turned DHS into a political weapon. So I'll ask you this. Is Trump embarrassed by your 10-year, or is this exactly the kind of god-awful leadership he wants at DHS? Yes or no?
Ma'am, we've already conducted more oversight visits.
No. It's a yes or no. Yes or no. Okay, Secretary Noem, this is my time to talk, not your time to talk. I reclaim my time. I reclaim my time.
Transparent.
Chair, I reclaim my time. Secretary Noem, DHS is breaking the law, hiding information from Congress and shutting out oversight. So let me ask you, how can the American people trust your department with you at the helm with this kind of behavior?
The American people absolutely trust this department to keep them safe. And we are showing that every day by the support we get across the country, the amount of people that we're recruiting to all of our different agencies.
Thank you, Secretary Noem. Do you agree that using DHS resources to target members of Congress is an abuse of power?
Excuse me, would you say that?
You would have heard me if you stopped talking and listened to my questions.
Crazy.
Do you agree that using DHS resources to target members of Congress is an abuse of power?
We are not doing that. We are out there enforcing the law, doing our work, and we are allowing oversight.
Of course, we're not going to get any answers with that. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Gentlelady yields back. I now recognize the gentleman from Oklahoma, Mr. King, for 5 minutes of questions.
And that was it for that. Yeah, you had to grill Kristi Noem, the puppy killer. You had to get her. You already know. It was excuse me. That's some good weed. My bad. But yeah, you already know what it is. We was in the UK and we had to come back to America to deal with Kristi Noem. You know, I'm gonna look up for some more news later. Oh yeah, thanks Vata for sending me that Wi-Files. That shit was awesome. That was awesome. That Wi-Files episode was awesome. And thank you for that trailer for that Starship Troopers. You know, that shit was nice. And we're gonna look up some more stuff. I might have some shit later. If not, y'all still see me tonight. Hopefully on the JVJ network. And you know you're gonna see me tonight. Oh yeah. Tonight is the night. But shouts out to everybody. We're gonna play a couple tracks and we're gonna get up out of here. I put this phone on the charger. And sure, you know, you might come back in game later. You know, might play some Far Cry or might throw some Resident Evil on. I don't know what I want to play. But I think it's already saved for that Far Cry. So who knows? Might go back to Far Cry. Might go back to that Far Cry. They charge this phone up a little bit. Come on back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think it should be like going on 7 o'clock over there. Oh, yeah. In the UK. And shouts out to Crystal is cool, my sexy California researcher. And shouts out to everybody in the chat, and everybody's going to watch this on the playback. We're going to play some jams, then we're going to get up out of here. Shouts out to Jordan for the beat.
so cool. All black, stay strapped, get clapped if you fuck with the crew. Nigga, you be up under my shoe. Turn blue, niggas get stumped out in my timber boots. Bulletproof all over the suit. Got it ordered, custom made Cartiers in the fedora. Met me a fine ass chick at a Sephora. Hit it from the back, then smoked up on the quarter. Took it to the crib, the legs was on my shoulder. Briefcase style, well, yeah, I had to fold her. She said my meat good is better than Ponderosa, so I had to pound the pussy over and over. Now I'm out the door, the baby, the show is over. Headed to the block, you know I'm selling that motor. Haters talk shit, them knock your head off a shoulder. Territory mine, hey gang, I'm taking over. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. Look, I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. Blast with killers, we fast with triggers. Blast me full up with Hennessy and blast some niggas. If a fan run up, gotta blast them too. Real niggas gon' do what they have to do. Time to roll up a blunt, then I crack a brew. Got a call from a chick, she was passing through. Never tear that ass up in the afternoon. Got a call from a plug, now I have to zoom. Full of motherfucking fans tryna track my moves. Y'all bitches can't fight, can't combat my moves. I'm the black John Wick that I pack your crew. I think you gonna need some fucking backup, dude. AK and take your motherfucking backup, dude. And your wife will think I'm a stand-up dude. I see you hit a strap, bitch, I'm strapped up too. Shoot your ass in the head if you act up, fool. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. Let's go. It's the real hip hop. What it do? Vibe with the night. Real hip hop.
HHN. Much love and fond to my UK correspondent. Gorgeous UK correspondent. You know it? Hey. Hit it with the
These niggas scared. I guess I gotta tone it down for y'all. Born and raised in the projects, dude. Where we give all these haters the blues. Fuck cops, man, we breaking the rules. Outlaws, yeah, we bringing the tools. I'm a rebel, what the fuck you gon' do? Get on my level, go get lost in the dust. Ain't dancing, I trust. Y'all feds ain't fucking with us. Tell the government enough is enough. Pull up in the truck. Politician getting shot the fuck up. Like a Christmas tree, lighting them up. Got the Sprite in my cup. Sipping lean, about to light up a blunt. As I walk straight up to the front. Yo in my hand, understand you ain't calling my bluff. Taking limbs off the body with shots. Then I blew up the spot. The whole scene is your burial plot. I saw the news and the aerial shots. I just ready the block. Revolution, are you ready or not? Let me hit you with this Detroit flow. This old school Detroit flow. To this old school Detroit flow. This old school Detroit flow. Let them know. This that old school Detroit flow. This old school Detroit flow. Wanna smoke? To this old school Detroit flow. This the old school Detroit flow. Let them know. Pop a clip, time to drop that fool. Never fuck with a project dude. We used to all dodge cops at school. Now we all grown up on the block, that's cool. If the cops come through, they get popped at too. Let me spit this rebel shit on this laid back tune. Because I got you niggas scared of my hype ass tunes. Y'all scared of revolution, better fight back, dude. Let me kick a fed ass with these fly ass moves. Plus I think I got blood on my nice ass shoes. Have to dip to the dealer and cop that coupe. Bulletproof, out to black dash out with the crew. On a mission, about to blow up a factory, dude. About to bring all the pain and the agony, dude. Not the world news saying it's a tragedy, dude. Destroy the evil warrior, then you have to regroup. Say hurricane is the truth, bitch. Let me hit you with this Detroit
flow. This old school Detroit flow. Wanna smoke? To this old school Detroit flow. This old school Detroit flow. Let them know. This the old school Detroit flow. This old school Detroit flow. Wanna smoke? To this old school Detroit flow. This old school Detroit flow. Let them know. Let me get you with the Detroit flow. This old school Detroit flow. Wanna smoke? To this old school Detroit flow. This old school Detroit flow. Let them know. Let me get you with the Detroit flow. This old school Detroit flow. Wanna smoke? To this old school Detroit flow. This old school Detroit flow. Let them know.
Where we going now, now? Where we going now? Where we going now, now? Where we going now? Where we going now, now? Where we going now?
Going up to the White House, start a revolution. Formulate the intrusion, and then we get the shooting. Then we looting everything up in the fucking building. Do it with the fofos, leaving your heads missing. Feds bitching, cause they know I made it out alive. Prophesied, I'm sending souls to the other side. Sitting high, smoking weed, sipping, feeling fine. Got another mission to do, go hop in the ride. Time to ride to a black site and eliminate. Got the phone time weapon, make you disintegrate. Integrate through the mainframe, we got the states. Feeling great, yes we made it out without a trace. Gotta say, it is time for us to cooperate. Stop the hate, come together, shoot a top the day. Gotta slay every enemy standing in my way. Slow motion, expose the bleach as I walk away.
Where we going now, now? Where we going now? Where we going now, now? Where we going now? Where we going now, now? Where we going now? Where we going now, now? Where we going now?
Fuck the separatists, we can settle this, no disparaging. Fuck your arrogance, I'm the new domestic terrorist. Got a gun, I'ma air out this in your parents, bitch. All you evil bloodlines is an embarrassment. From the Caribbean, I'm dressing like a Samaritan. Sneaking through the crowd, Assassin's Creed, are you prepared for this? With the kid in place, started quick, then I walk away. Then I came to the rooftop and smoke a J. Got a bigger blade, came here to decapitate. If you working for the government, see it's out of fate. All you did is fake, all you do is fucking hate. Trap your ass in my dimension, you will not escape. Time to case to a mission and go and case the place. Break your face and drive away, yo, like in the state. It's a giveaway, never gonna put the book away. On my way to a place I hack your shit today. We are in control. It's time to lock and roll. At the mission control. Tell me where do we go? Where do we go? Lock and low. Let the bullets go. Take them home. Where do we go?
I'm a savage, engulfing the planet with this squad red boom. I ain't go anywhere, you better get used to it. Equipped with the toolage. And I ain't talking about no handguns on my band lab and holding the game for ransom. Run me mine. And I don't want my chips to circulate. Fast food for the CEOs. Don't take them on dinner date. Let some well trained to say that I've been a great stuck in your weight class. But it is, I'm heavyweight savers with the blows. Quick feet like I lead. Joe Lewis when I do, I'm leaving flat in the ring. John Kemp when I lift off. Finish like Dominique. Underrated like Pippen when I kept bringing the ring. Put in a lot of work, my best interest for the team. Just give me the hand off and I'ma run it up the scene. Fake smiles, fake nods when they hear me on the beat. On my phone against the odds, I'ma keep on doing me. I'm a treasure in the mud for the dirty side. I'm a fortune undiscovered and I ain't been found. I represent for all my brothers above or underground. And all the black queens, it's your flowers and crowns.
You want this hip hop, the realest hip hop. Everybody love this hip hop, let's give them hip hop. You want this hip hop, the realest hip hop. Everybody love this hip hop, let's give them hip hop. You want this hip hop, the realest hip hop. Everybody love this hip hop, let's give them hip hop. You want this hip hop, let's give them hip hop. Everybody love this hip hop, let's give them hip hop. It's time to unload, the drama unfold. My 44 gold, taking your soul, never reload. Where do we go? The battlefield's make it explode, but the government kill a ball with every flow. I'm the infamous lyricist to the fans. They just as imminent, implement all the talents to kill it quick with these instruments. With these sentences, shut your ball in the instant quick. Hurricane is the name, you better know who you're dealing with. Style master, slow it down cause I'm faster. Bastard in the dark abyss, that's from my casture. Natural disaster, I'm the final chapter. Happy brother that struggles like hamsters, little bastards. I'm the warrior, battlefield looking glorious. Skills just so notorious, kicking your ass like Morpheus. The anomaly, speaking new philosophy, speaking with the velocity, cause a lot of atrocities. You want this hip hop, the realest hip hop. Everybody love this hip hop, let's give them hip hop. You want this hip hop, the realest hip hop. Everybody love this hip hop, let's give them hip hop. You want this hip hop, the realest hip hop. Everybody love this hip hop, let's give them hip hop. You want this hip hop, the realest hip hop. Everybody love this hip hop, let's give them hip hop.
Smoke on.
Phenom Road 1 production.
If you wanna smoke, girl, let's go to the liquor store. Let's go get some more liquor, hoe. Right before we close, grab the swisher so I can roll up my fucking drove. It's a hit for show. Hit the drove. Everybody get the smoke. Got a fire bringing hope. No, I'm just bringing smoke. Yo, got the bag of smoke. Ho, that'll make it flow. Ho, that's it on the floor. Hopping out the wheel and walking through the door. See the hoe. Let's go to the mo. Throw it on the floor. Show me more. Baby, let me know what you want to smoke. After that, I'm going to dig it though. Fucking on the boat. On the smoke. Call her all the bow. She gon' swallow more while I smoke. Then it's time to go. What you want to smoke? Want to smoke. I got what you need if you want to smoke. Want to smoke. I got bags of green if you want to smoke. Want to smoke. I got what you need, what you want to smoke. Want to smoke. Everybody gotta smoke. Everybody gotta smoke. Ho, now it's time to float. Ho, say it's time to toast. Boast while we off the coast. Smoke coming off the boat. Party over here, go get on the floor. Tell the hoe she my antidote. Let's go do some more. After that, I gotta do a show. Make the city smoke, see me smoke. Make the city float, let the see me smoke. If a hater talking out his throat, I'ma shoot the hoe. Super cold, better than Lex Luthor hoe. See me popping Superman, smoking with my super friends. Going through some bands, smoking weed from here to Yucatan. In the van, smoke a bunch of weed, got me in the trance, in the band, smoking bunch of weed, got me in the trance. Wanna smoke, wanna smoke. I got bunch of weed if you wanna smoke, wanna smoke. I got bags of weed if you wanna smoke, wanna smoke. I got bunch of weed if you wanna smoke, wanna smoke. Everybody gotta smoke, wanna smoke, wanna smoke. I got bunch of weed if you wanna smoke, wanna smoke. I got bags of weed if you wanna smoke, wanna smoke. I got what you need if you wanna smoke, wanna smoke. Everybody gotta smoke.
Hurricane 313.
I can't wait to get back in the studio. I'm writing something right now.
Female Rogue One production.
Push it to the limit, murder making lyrics, killing like a villain, spitting murder making lyrics. Government is tripping cause my murder making lyrics. Haters out there tripping cause my murder making lyrics. It's that revolutionary shit, cops getting very quick, quicker with the trigger, better run, little scary bitch. Domestic terrorists, destroying everything. Fuck the government, I'm the motherfucking hurricane. Bringing all the stormy flame, bring it wind and bring the rain. Make the haters feel the pain. Time to rearrange the game. They want me to tone it down. Fuck you, bitch, I'm shooting rounds. Rebel music through your house. Shooting all you hating clowns. Got some weed smoking out. Throw them fucking guns up. Ramming through a fan building in a fucking armor truck. Throw that motherfucker up. We don't really give a fuck. Take this fucking land back. Do you wanna roll with us? Push it to the limit. Murder making lyrics. Killing like a villain, spitting murder making lyrics. Government is tripping cause my murder making lyrics. Haters out there tripping cause my murder making lyrics. We are gonna eradicate. This is really not a prank. Fuck up martial law. We gon' pull up, steal your fucking tank. See we gone off the drink. About to hit a fucking bank. Eliminate the rich. Use a bitch, that's what I fucking think. See you fucking billionaires. Got you bitches running scanning everything up. Great security, nigga. Yeah, it don't even matter though. Shoot them in this fucking throat. Bill Gates, Dr. Fauci, y'all bitches gotta go. Long rifle with a scope, custom made bullets. Should've break apart, kill 100 people in the road. Do the C4, put a bomb in your villa hole. Making scenes they Davos, all them people gotta go. Push it to the limit, murder making lyrics. Killing like a villain, spitting murder making lyrics. Government is tripping cause my murder making lyrics. Haters out there tripping cause my murder making lyrics. Murder making lyrics. Murder making lyrics. Haters out there tripping cause my murder making lyrics. Murder making lyrics. Murder making lyrics. Haters out there tripping cause my murder making lyrics. Yeah. Hell yeah. Fuck the government. Fuck the government. Fuck the government. Middle finger to the sky. Fuck the government. Fuck the government. Fuck the government. Middle finger to the sky. Fuck the government.
When we asked 10 years ago, we was asking with the Panthers. We was asking with that civil rights with the Panthers. We was asking. You know, now those people that were asking, they're all dead and in jail. So now what do you think we're gonna do? Ask.
Where we at? Here we go. We on the last song, y'all. Shouts out to everybody.
Female Rogue One production.
Shouts out to everybody. Thank y'all for coming through. HHN special report. You know I gotta rip this
Let this
shit.
love return, y'all people gon' learn. Everybody gon' learn now. That I will flood the world right now. I'll destroy your government right now. Hey. Kill a motherfucker, throw a bit of rubber, I'ma do a bigger quicker than anybody double pull the trigger, eliminate the government, the public, you motherfuckers about to catch a motherfucker, trying to kick, got the world rubber land, everybody running game, killing the motherfucker cops for the renegade, shooting the motherfucker building, they gon' be running day, blowing it up, and kind of motherfucker fighting day, and I'm the only motherfucker that wanna fight the government, motherfuckers people wanna like the government, now I got the motherfuckers fight the government, in the White House is the place of running in, John Wick, everybody up in the bench, to equalize a motherfucker, got me time to quit, hitting up a bitches looking like Joyce to win, love a death is a choice to take, got a motherfucking sword again, chopping everybody else to record shit, be the top with the porcelain, turn the bitch to a chorus again, Star Wars like a force within, like a motherfucking speed, if you realist, the realist, I never really, you about to feel it, tell the stupid fans, come and get it, revolutionary lyrics, you hear it, your favorite, the furious, favorite, kill it all, listen to me, bitch, I'm a chopper, it's a popper with a chopper, it's a proper, better come on, better go doctor, like I'm not supposed to nigga, been to get to the chopper, blow the bitch up, cause bitch, I'm a monster, hurricane, come and bitch, I to the Father. I killed a motherfucker living state in Nevada. God kill a nigga, understood in your mind. Ain't nobody really called the monster. Return, y'all people go learn. Everybody go learn now. That I will flood this world right now. I destroy your government right now. Let the flood return, y'all people gon' learn. Everybody gon' learn now. That I will flood this world right now. I destroy your government right now. So let the flood return.
Real shit. I love spitting that verse. That's a flawless ass fucking track. That's a flawless ass track. I can spit that shit like, man. Man, I love that motherfucking track. Shouts out to everybody. Much love to Vanta, my UK correspondent, the first lady of the hurricane and not trapped this church. You already know what it is. They're just phenomenal in all ways. Thank you for making the videos hot. Thank you for making the videos, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait to see what you choose next. And much love to Crystal. It's cool over there. California love. The sexy California independent researcher put me up on that China news. The fucking China news is wild. But look, shouts out to everybody also in the chat. Shouts out to Jordan, you know what I'm saying? The head of the Hurricane and Night Trappist Church Choir. And make sure y'all go listen to his new album, the Anthem album, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bearded Conversation, T&B with Monkey Man, and for Show TV. Make sure y'all subscribe to Sovereign Nature. Make sure y'all subscribe to Low Key, you know, Relentless. You got Charles, you know, shouts out to Sir Drop. Shouts out to Live and Learn. Shout out to DJ Overtime. And everybody that I ever did features with, C City. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out the 5150. And yeah, I think that's everybody I did features with. Yeah, Jordan, Low Key, Water Style, C City, Live and Learn, DJ Overtime, you know, Charles, aka Chuck the Guy, Sir Drop, 5150. Yep, that's everybody. Be on the lookout for the Bearded feature, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We got a track coming soon. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, and shouts out to Bad Conduct. And you know, and other announcements, shit. Working on some new music, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know, we'll get ready for some new shit. And think that's it for now. I still gotta look for some more news. When I find some more news, we'll do some HHNs. Oh yeah, shouts out to the JVJ Network. We might be going live tonight. I might be portal jumping. I might have to use my vortex manipulator. I might be at JVJ Network and at your shit tonight, Vata. You know what I'm saying? I might be vortex hopping, but we gonna make it do what it do like we do every Friday. You already know. You already know. But shouts out to you. And shouts out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Jordan. Shout out to O Sensei, Live and Learn, Big Dog Philly OG, Sovereign, Marvey. Shouts out to K. Hey. Smoke weed every day. Shouts out to K. You know what I'm saying? And who else is here? Who else is here? I think that's it. Yo, Jordan, Live and Learn, Marvey, K, Big Dog Philly OG, Eyes Wide Shut. Oh, Sensei. Sovereign. Yep. And everybody that's gonna watch on the playback. That's what we about to do after this shit. We're about to do after this. Probably might find some more news. I'm still charging this phone. Who knows? Might watch Kenzie Reeves. Watch a Lola Faye real quick. I'm just playing. Or am I? Who knows? I'm like Savannah 6. Hardcore. I'm just fooling. But you already know it. I just want her to hear her say daddy one time. Call me daddy, baby. Holodeck 3. You already know it. But Even the phone agrees. But anyway, shout out to everybody. Oh, this your man, Sir K. And you know we gotta hit it. Mic check. I walk around the streets with my black tech 9 on the waistline. Look at that hype shit. I never claimed to be the best type of rapper, but have to show the motherfuckers what I'm after. Hey, after the gold and after that, the platinum. Beef after that, Hurricane G. Paxton got some blah. Trigger bang, bang. The HHN special report. You want to holler at me? I'll be at Holodeck 3. Where's Captain Hurricane located? Hurricane is located in Holodeck 3. He's always in Holodeck 3. Hurricane, get to the bridge. I'm done. I'm in Holodeck 3 now. Catch y'all in a minute. Peace. You welcome, Vata, all day. It's already Detroit After Dark over there. UK After Dark now, baby. Let's get it. Holodeck 3 style. Set the program. Set the program, baby. Much love, Vata. Let's get it.